Hi everybody, my name's Nick Baker and welcome to video number 2 in the Drumology Beginners series. Today we're going to be talking about stroke sequences. Learning the following stroke sequences and their related motions are going to make your playing on the drum kit smoother, it's going to make it flow better, and you're going to be able to play loud notes and quiet notes in a sequence, and that's what creates rhythm. I'm now going to demonstrate why we use stroke sequences. If we take a sequence of 16th notes just played evenly on the floor tom-tom, it would sound like this. However, if we accent the first beat, we get syncopation, we get a rhythm. Now you'll notice how my right hand comes up on the beat before the accented beat, and that is the stroke sequence. So we're going to learn all the stroke sequences today that's going to enable us to be able to play rhythms and syncopated patterns. The first stroke that we learn is called the full stroke. And the full stroke is a very loud stroke, and it starts with the stick at a high dynamic angle, about 90 degrees, and we're going to throw the stick down onto the drum, and it's going to bounce all the way back up again to the upright position, like so. And again. So it's a full stroke. We can use full strokes. If we start at a slightly lower dynamic position, we call it a bounce stroke. But a bounce stroke and a full stroke are essentially the same thing, except the dynamic volume with the bounce stroke will be a little quieter. So let's start from lower down. And then the full stroke, louder. The bounce stroke, a little quieter. The second stroke we learn is called the down stroke. Now the downstroke is also a loud stroke, so it's used for loud playing, but this time we reject the bounce. We don't allow the stick to come back. And we reject the bounce by just clasping the stick with our fingers and stopping the stick from coming all the way back. But we want the stick to stop about 2 inches above the skin of the drum. So, like so. See how the stick remains in the down position. Again. So what I'm doing here is just closing my fingers on the stick in that way. Again. So we've got the full stroke and the downstroke, both loud strokes. Now from the downstroke position we can play a tap stroke, and the tap stroke is just a gentle push down from the wrist, so the stick hits the drum and then comes back to its original position. It's a very quiet stroke. Again and again. So, we've got the full stroke, the downstroke, and the tap stroke. Okay, now let's look at the fourth stroke. The fourth stroke is called the upstroke. The upstroke is a preparation stroke that comes before an accented stroke, before a loud stroke. So, the stick is in the down position, about 1.5 to 2 inches off the skin of the drum, and we allow the stick to drop onto the head and then we pick it up. So it's the same volume as a tap stroke, like so. I'll do that again. We allow the stick to drop to the head and then we pick it straight up. So it's quiet like a tap stroke. It's a tap stroke and an upstroke. Tap stroke, upstroke. Now this is called the pick-up stroke. So you see, I'm just literally picking the stick up with my wrist. So we have the full stroke, the down stroke, they're the two loud ones, the tap stroke and the upstroke. Those are your 4 stroke sequences. Now I want to focus just for a moment on the upstroke because there are 2 types of upstrokes. The pickup and what I call the Moeller pickup. And with the Moeller pickup, the wrist, the forearm come up, the wrist hangs behind and the stick drops to the skin and then is brought up in a whipping motion. So the Moeller upstroke would look like this. And now I'm ready to come down again. I'll do that again. Now I'll follow that with a downstroke. So I'm going up, down, up, down, up, down. This is a sort of sequence we would use in shuffle patterns on the hi-hat. But it's a bit like when you get hold of a rope, a skipping rope or a garden hose, and you want to make a loop and you whip the rope and the loop runs along the rope. Sure, we've all done that. If you go onto the Drumology website and download the PDF on stroke sequences, you will find that at the back of the PDF, after all the explanations, there are some exercises for you to practice these stroke sequences. Now, I cannot stress enough how important it is to practice these sequences slowly, because we're training our muscles and our fingers to execute these motions so that eventually they will become fluid and controlled, and you will be able to play them at speed with control. But if you try and play them too fast to begin with, the muscles won't learn the movements, and when you do try and play them fast, car crash. So I'm just going to demonstrate very quickly some of the exercises using the stroke sequences. And remember, you have to do these with the right hand and the left hand as well. So the first one is just simply a down, up stroke. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And with the left hand, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I'm overemphasizing the movement, right? So the muscles will learn. Overemphasize the movement. It's the nearest drumming gets to ballet. The second exercise, down, tap, up. Down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up. And the left hand, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up. And the third exercise, full down, up. That gives us 2 accented notes and 1 quiet note. And then all 4. Full, down, tap, up, full, down, tap, up, full, down, tap, up, full, down, tap, up. So, if you download these exercises, and there are a lot more, it's going to help you develop the stroke sequence. Now, when you've learnt to play all these exercises that are in the tutorial PDF, we can then move on to how to place these accents in different sequences to give you syncopation. That is how we apply stroke sequences to the drum kit. There are many different ways. Study the stroke sequences. They are the key to being able to play with great confidence, with great skill, and with great musicality. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to download the PDF, to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.